What's good, YouTube? It's Stud HD coming to you guys with a brand new video. And today in this video, we're going to be checking out the new Carolina Reaper Bryce Young in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. And honestly, this is a really solid quarterback card. Now, let's take a look at his stats. Number one, he is 5'10", 204 pounds, so a little bit on the shorter side, but he does have 98 speed, 99 throw power, 99 short, 97 medium, and 95 deep accuracy, as well as really solid throw under pressure and throw on the run. So overall, stat-wise, pretty solid there. Now, he does only have 73 carrying, and he also does not get Truz as an ability, so you will definitely have to worry about potentially fumbling if you do get hit, or fumbling from a sack. But he does have 93 change of direction, 91 spin, and 96 juke, so besides his carrying stats being kind of low, everything else is actually pretty solid. For his X Factor, I'm just going to be using Truz, but there are a lot of different abilities he really could run. I'm just going to use Truz for this gameplay. We'll see if we get it activated. He does come with Baked on Protected for 0 AP. We are using Gift Wrap for 1 AP. He does have Jukebox for 0 AP, Conductor for 0. We have the High Point Deadeye for 0 AP, but he also gets Master Tactician for 1 AP, Set Feet for 1, Pass Lead for 2 AP, Dashing for 0, and a lot of other 0 AP abilities. But as for his actual discounted abilities, he gets Dots for 1 AP, which basically grants Perfect Throw literally on Set Feet and also on the run, so it's basically a better run and gun. Also, Master Tactician is 2 AP, QB Playmaker is 1 AP, Roaming is 1, and Gunslinger is 0 AP, and you get 3 of those ability buckets. So we're going to be using Gunslinger in one and Dots in the other, and then using Master Tack for 1 AP. It doesn't make sense to use the Master Tack that is discounted for 2 AP. Also, QB Playmaker, and I'm pretty sure Roaming Deadeye are both 0 AP in other ability buckets. So that is the setup that we're going to be rocking with Bryce Young. Let's go ahead and get into a game and check out how Bryce Young plays. All right, so we do have Bryce Young on the field. We're going to see what we could do with Bryce Young in this first possession of the game. All right, we're going to be looking for Kittle. I put Kittle on a drag route, and Kittle is going to be getting us that almost first down. He gets 9 yards basically out of it. Should have been more, to be honest. All right, Bryce Young, we just need to throw a couple dots here. Derrick Henry is going to be getting that. You cannot hit stick him. Derrick Henry will break that tackle every single time, especially with angry runs. All right, this should clear up space for my Derrick Henry card to go crazy on a catch. And Derrick Henry, hold on to that ball. Derrick Henry is holding on. We're getting 7 yards. All right, we got to pick up this first down here, and looks like we actually should be able to complete that ball. Julio Jones is holding on to it and getting us the first down. All right, I see Andre Johnson, and please come down with this ball. Andre Johnson is coming down with that ball. I had a feeling my opponent was just sitting in that cover too. You know those streaks are going to get wide open on the side of the field. All right, let's see what we can do on defense here. He's going to be going over the middle. Can we get a hit stick? We are going to get a hit stick, but we're not going to get a downhill hit stick fumble out of it. All right, he has to pass this ball out quick. AJ Hawk will be flying in, and it looks like he will be throwing something quick, and I'm going to be getting the interception with my user, Pat McAfee. And my opponent's icon just went away. Yep, he rage quit. Well, guys, we have got into a game, and we do have the Carolina Reaper on our team, and we're going to be giving this ball to Julio to start off the game. We are going to be getting that first down. As long as we get time on these plays, we should be really solid here, and everybody getting bumped is not fun at all. All right, is everybody just running Pinch Buck O today? This is like the second or third time I've seen this today, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to be looking for maybe Kittle if Kittle gets open, and we actually will just be able to take off with Bryce Young. Bryce Young just take off, get a bunch of yards. Can we get a rushing touchdown? Bryce Young is taking an absolute hit stick. By the way, I did go on ball carrier conservative. I am not going to be fumbling today with a 73 carrying Bryce Young. Not gonna lie, Bryce Young kind of got wheels though. I mean, 98 speed. I kind of expected him to have wheels, but that was kind of crazy. Also, Derrick Henry, could we get something? I was trying to throw that ball to Derrick Henry, but we got screamed at instantly. All right, is my opponent just going to send Pinch Bucko at me the whole game? That would be very annoying, and it looks like we're going to have Kittle, and Kittle's going to be walking into the end zone. If you're just going to run Pinch Bucko, I'm just going to dot that up every time. All right, so we are on defense. My opponent's going to be going to a play action, his first play, and he's going to be throwing to, I guess, Drake London down the middle, but we are going to be breaking that up. Also, with the release of AKA Icons, we got a new, like, George Karlaftis, and I'm not going to lie, the second that we're able to get some better bottlenecks, I'm going to totally sit in man up. I'm going to sit in man 3 deep, like a prevent cover 3, and literally rush 3 Colossus players and use bottleneck. I feel like that is going to be a lot of fun. Also, is he trying to throw a pick? Number one, I'm not too sure why 21 continued to follow 85. I'm not running match coverage, so... All right, so I decided to take Derrick Henry off the field. I'm going to be honest, Derrick Henry wasn't doing much, and I don't like the fact that my Pat McAfee has been used as a rusher. It's kind of weird, but it does work out in our favor. favor. We have Peterson getting the interception there. All right, thankfully, my opponent is not going to be sitting in pinch buck O for this play, so this actually could work out in our favor, and I'm just going to sprint out with Bryce Young. I tried to make a crazy play. Did not work out in my favor. Did not work the way I was thinking. All right, I'm probably going to go Julio Jones, and Julio Jones is going to be open. Julio, can you just break that tackle? Julio will break that tackle. He's breaking another one. Stop trying to hit stick him. He keeps breaking all these tackles every time he got hit sticked. Maybe, and it looks like we actually will have John Ross. That was a perfect pass by our QB, the Carolina Reaper. Dots is honestly such a good X factor to have. I guess we'll just put him in the flats. We'll put Derrick Henry blocking, and then maybe you on a zig route. And actually, he's actually not going to be doing what I thought, and I just threw a pick. I don't know why I threw that. I seen that, dude. Well, let's see if I can get this ball back. Interception, maybe, and what a crazy catch there by Drake London. You know, I'm actually not mad that he scored. Obviously, I threw the interception, and now we get the ball with 27 seconds to see if we could do anything with Bryce Young on this. All right, this is exactly the play that I want. I probably should have actually blocked my running back, but I'm actually not too worried about it, and I just threw another pick. Never mind, Julio Jones, you're the greatest. And just keep breaking those tackles, keep breaking them. All right, my opponent does have film study, so we're going to see what he's thinking, but I'm going to be throwing this ball anyways, and Kittle, can you come down with that? We have dots, but it's still, those sideline passes are still so hard to throw sometimes. All right, it's safe to say probably nothing is going to be happening on this, but we'll still give it a shot. As long as we maybe get time, we might be able to see something, and I think I do see a Julio Jones, and it hits Julio's hands, and the ball, it's incomplete. That should have been a touchdown. It had touchdown written all over it. Well, we might have finally forced my opponent to punt the ball. That is nice. We only took off 2 minutes of the third, and it is going to be a real punt. Honestly, cannot believe it. All right, we really got to string up some drives here, and looks like we will have Andre Johnson, and he's going to be getting us a nice 5-yard gain there. All right, I'm not too sure what this play is here, but it looks like we will have Derrick Henry, and Henry should be able to break a tackle. He's going to break multiple, and Derrick Henry is going to be walking into the end zone. Angry runs are just so good in this game. All right, let's see what we can do on this play, and he's going to a double move, and that double move absolutely just cooked everybody on my team there. Not too sure how I feel about that. Also, can we get, I was going to say, maybe we can get a hit stick there. AJ Hawk actually did hit stick him. We're not going to get the fumble, though. All right, he is passing this ball, and there's not going to be much open. We're definitely going to be getting that interception. Haha, Clinton Dix is going to be getting the ball, and he's taking it for a solid, I guess, 22-yard gain from where he was spotted the ball at. All right, so it looks like Kittle is just always going to be open on this little flat route. I don't know what it is. Nobody decides to guard it, and I don't even know if a hard flat would really even stop it. I really just want to throw this ball deep, and my opponent really just doesn't ever let me do it, but Derrick Henry, I guess, will just chew a bunch of clock and get the ball for a nice solid first down. I haven't really seen Andre Johnson much in this game, even though as much as he got me literally so many yards last game, doesn't look like he's acted the same here, and I'm going to give this ball to Derrick Henry. I threw it out of bounds, and I never mind. Derrick Henry, you are the greatest. All right, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea how to run this play, but it is a type of run with my QB. I guess Derrick Henry is going to be running it. Maybe I have to hold it? I'm honestly not too sure. I wanted to try something. I wanted to really use Bryce Young's legs, but I guess that's not really going to be happening here. Also, we should have, I assume, Kittle most likely in the flats, and if it's not going to be Kittle, then I'm just going to take off with Bryce Young, and Bryce Young just take off, hold on to that ball. Actually, I actually will be able to have some fun. Lamb, did you get your feet down? Thankfully, Lamb did not walk out of bounds and come back in. I was not hoping to get an illegal touching. We do score, though. I don't know if my opponent left, or am I about to get an L for this? It says connection to your peer has been lost. Well, guys, that is going to do it for today's video using the new Bryce Young Carolina Reaper in Madden 25. And honestly, Bryce Young is a really good QB. The only big problem here is he kind of just lacks some of the abilities that other top-end QBs get, such as Truz, such as Tank. If he would have had those two abilities instead of like Protective for 0 AP, this card would be so much better. But gonna be honest, the dots is a really good ability. Hopefully we get more QBs that gets dots because it's basically run and gun, but it also works when you're setting your feet. So it's basically perfect pass accuracy. I kind of like that. I like my QBs to be able to complete passes and not just sail them. But as for our stats of the game, we did have 18 completions, 25 attempts, 4 touchdowns. We had that 1 interception, which is very dumb. I don't know why I threw that ball, but 300 yards, 18 completions. I mean, not too bad. We did play 2 games, but it was really only 1 drive in the second game. So Bryce Young did about what he could. If you do have a Carolina Panthers theme team, or you just want to make, or Bryce Young is just one of your favorite QBs in the league, or you're just tired of using some of these other QBs, then definitely go ahead and pick up this Bryce Young. Really solid card. Like I said, he just lacks 2 main abilities, but if you can get over that, then Bryce Young will be an absolute demon on the field for you. But if you guys did like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, put on post notifications so you guys don't miss another video. Have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.